Hello everybody on YouTube. I'm going to do a quick walk around on my 93 Kawasaki Bayou 300. It's a little dirty. Went out for a ride and we gave her a little spray off. But other than that, I'm not worried about that quite yet. I'll give you guys a walk around here. Bike's actually in pretty fucking clean shape. You can tell. Distortion of cracks and plastics. Everything's there. I was originally going to cut a hole for the snorkel, and I decided actually against that because this isn't the permanent setup. But if I do decide to sell the bike, I want to be able to sell it as clean as I got it. Done a bit of work to this thing actually. I've put a new stator in it, new pulse generator pickup. Not brand new, but brand new to me. 27-inch AT589s from ITP. Some STI rims. It's got a Warren winch in the front. He's actually a little monster, man. I can honestly say the Honda 300 guys are missing out when it comes to low range, because this thing will turn these things without a reduction like they're not even there. You can see like the bike's in, honestly, it's in great shape. It's very clean. The bike had very little mileage. I actually picked it up for $300. Because it lost spark on the last owner and he couldn't figure it out. So you can tell the bike does get ridden. Like, I got seaweed wrapped around the axles because I was taking it a Greek ride the other day through some peanut butter. Let me tell you, this thing does quite well. The only time I actually had issues with it was climbing out a 4-foot vertical embankment, and it was literally vertical. The bike doesn't leak oil, doesn't leak gas. The only thing I don't like about these Kawasaki's is in the morning, these fuckers don't like to run unless they're on choke for the first, I shit you not, probably 10-15 minutes. After that, the bike seems to do great. But for the first 10-15 minutes of the day, there's not a chance it's going to run without that choke on it. It'll run, but it won't let you rev it up. It's something about these bikes, I don't know why. Back when I worked at a Kawasaki dealership, we had these bikes in for that symptom all the time, and we would have to tell people. But unfortunately, that's the nature of these bikes. They are not a cold-blooded bike first thing in the morning. I can tell you, if you hit water going really fast initially without the bike being used to it a few times during the day, she stalls right the fuck out. Doesn't like it, and everything has been dielectric greased. So I know that's not stalling out because of that. I've had people tell me, spark plug wire, I could restart this bike when it's in water this deep and it'll go again, no problem. It's something about that instant cool down that seems to shut these bikes off. Once it has cooled down and quenched itself, the bike stays running in the water, no problem. I can have it underwater up to here and the bike idles without an issue. I got this ridiculously huge snorkel on it right now because I do intend on taking it deep. The bike's never been abused. It's honestly quite clean. The only damages that I can find on it is right here to the rack, and on the back rack it's a little bit warped. Other than that, the bike is in damn near mid shape. I am actually looking to get some new decals to put on here because I don't know who the fuck peeled them off. It's honestly kind of sad that they did that. I'll give you guys an actual view of the rims and everything on this bike. It's a really nice bike. It's going to be getting a 2.5-inch lift. I know I've been told to go with a max of a 2-inch, but I'm going to push the limits of that. I'm going to go 2 inches with a spacer, and then I'm going to get 1/2-inch taller RFY shocks that are adjustable. So I just want to be able to have a little bit more comfort. Other than that, I want to show you guys this thing here. This is my son's bike. He's been riding it for the last couple of months. The plastic's toast. We actually picked it up with Toast Plastics. And the guy who picked it up from, we bought it for $50, and it had a completely hacked wire harness. So I've actually got plastics on order for this bike. This is the rear rack. It's gonna come back there. We're gonna put that back on here tonight. But plastics are on order for this bike. A brand new wiring harness is on order for it. This bike is actually amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I put a 10-tooth front sprocket on it, and there's a way to do a gear reduction on these bikes, and it's for all the Chinese bikes, anything from a 50cc all the way up to the 140, as long as it's got basically on this side here you got your, normally because this is like has 2 gears, it has a shift clutch inside of here. And when you push it forward, it disengages. Like when you hold it in the gear and you hold the shifter up, it disengages it. It's like a push start feature. Well, I disabled that and actually went and picked up a 17 tooth front clutch that's just a normal like a centrifugal clutch for the Chinese bikes, and a larger ring gear on the back here for it to connect to. So that's actually like I think it was something like an 18% reduction between that. So that's 18% reduction there. Then in the gear ratios there, that's like another fucking 20% reduction on that. So this bike's actually got about a 50% reduction on it. This thing is great. I'll make another video of how it was actually done and the parts that I used, because it's something I think I'm the first person who's ever done it on YouTube. I've never seen somebody else do it. I looked it up and I did a lot of research on this before I went about and did it. And let me tell you, this bike, it goes. My son has no problems getting places with this thing. This thing is more capable than, God, he's had it up against his buddy's Polaris, and this thing's gone through twice the holes with crappier tires and everything. It's even got more ground clearance. A Polaris, I've measured that out. It's got like 11 inches of ground clearance in the front here. Like, these bikes are actually quite stout, quite nice. The only things that I'm going to be doing to it, as I said, is putting new plastics on this bike, because these are just fucking toast. The person we got them from, they let it sit out in the sun for like 13 years. Like, their grandkids rode the bike for a couple of weekends and then they parked it. Unfortunately, my son got it. He didn't quite understand how this clutch worked. He figured if he kept holding it forward, revving it up and dropping it back into drive, that it would be okay. No. He ended up killing his clutch on the first ride out. But other than that, I will tell you, and I will show you guys in another video on how I did that reduction, because I'm going to be replacing the seal on that side anyways, because I just RVT'd it for the temporary, just to see if it actually works, it functions. And it's been great. I can honestly tell you, the bike has a lot more pickup, a lot more pull. My son has had the bike in mud holes up here, like as you can see, I've got his thing snorkeled. He's had it up to mud holes up to here. I've got all his vent lines and everything right, and the bike goes through it no problem. He's had himself in mud that's where the ruts themselves are almost like that, and he's leaned himself on the side. He knows how to ride this thing. That's all I can tell you. Other than that, apologize if it got away a little too much on that little thing there. It's something I'm really excited about, because I'm the first person who's ever done that, and I want to put it on YouTube before anybody else. But so there's a walk around to the bayou. As you can see, like, those are some pretty monster tires underneath it, and it runs good. So have a good day, everyone. Bye.